What's up, everybody? How's it going? I wanted to do a quick video about something I completely forgot to talk about in my three-part video series of bands and guitar playing and whatnot. A band that I, for some reason, completely left out. Did not mean to. I thought about it today of all days. I'm like, I cannot believe I forgot to leave that. I forgot to put that part in the story. The time I was in Futilitarian, another local band here in town. I joined that band. I want to say, was it? I know I was in doing Body Spartan, so I think it was 2017. I joined that band as the keyboard player because they already obviously have two guitar players and a bass player, and Antonio was drumming. They're extreme instrumental band, very Amon Amarth inspired, and other guitar players that they of course enjoy listening to. At least that's the vibe I got. Joining them was cool. Chad was in the Extinction. He's the guitar player that actually replaced me when I went to bass. And of course I've always known who Feudal was because back in, I want to say 2007, 2008, they played a show with Vertigo Venus at the Agency, which was an art gallery. And was that your first show? I think, Chad and Aaron, if you see this, was that your first show? Maybe second show, give or take. But yeah, they played with us. And what was the other band that played? Was it Venus to Mars? Was that the infamous show where Jeff, like, his knee gave out? That might be that show, actually. My brother was doing this like extended range knee bend thing with his keyboard, and his knee slipped out of place. So here's your knee. It did that. It literally did that. We had to fashion what do you call it? A splint out of duct tape, drumsticks, and ice cold Red Bull cans. And we took him to the hospital, and they put it back. Or we put it back. I forget what it was. But anyway, so back to Feudal. So yeah, that's how far back I kind of go with those guys. They definitely went on the scene, in the metal scene, to where Vertigo went more in the goth industrial and punk scene for the last couple of years of that band. But Feudal had a friend of ours, Justin, who sadly passed away a few years ago. I think he was maybe the second singer of that band. I know he was the first singer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, me and Chad and we connected for the Extinction. I hit him up saying, hey man, our bass player quit and we're doing this Swedish death metal thing, and I thought of you right away. You want to come and try out or just join the band? And then later, Feudal was get the ball rolling again. We got Antonio to drum, and I said, hey man, I think your stuff will sound really cool with keyboards. I'm not a piano player. There is a difference. Piano players can actually play the piano. I get cool effects and hold chords and add thirds and fifths and maybe add a minor scale every now and then. But it was nothing fancy, but it fit the band. It was cool. How many shows did I play with you guys? We didn't do many because Antonio ended up moving to New York for quite a while, and he came back, and I think our return was last year at the Halloween cover show. We were Amon Amarth. For that particular show, though, since they don't have keyboards, I filled in for Walley on bass. It was so great to play with those guys again. I did leave Futilitarian, I want to say, a couple months after that show. It was more of a time thing, time and money. My husband sadly got laid off from his job, and most of my income has to go to the home. I needed to sell gear to pay for gear, but also to help pay for bills. And keyboard wasn't my main instrument. It's my third instrument, if anything. It's guitar and bass and some production. That's the top three. So technically keyboards are four. I have a grasp on things. I can play certain chords and make cool melodies, but as far as like, let's say if a band would need a keyboard player that like Denver Borger had, that's not me. That's my brother, but that's not me. So I ended up just leaving the band just because of time and money. I couldn't even afford my own amplifier and PA system for my keyboard. That's just how life goes, man. because I was simply added in. I don't think any of the stuff that we wrote, I think we put out one record for sure, and I know they're currently working on another one. I think it was 2 records I put out, I did with you guys. One for sure. Maybe parts of the second one, I'm not sure. Maybe it's the same one I'm talking about, but I ended up doing one record. I think, what the hell was it called? Hang on a second. I'm actually going to go to it here. If you go to my YouTube channel, scroll down, you can find Feudal, their page. Let's go to their page right now. Magnitude Zero. I did keyboards on Magnitude Zero. Yeah, that was dope. I think for that one, I don't think Antonio drummed on that. I think we used Easy Drummer, and Chad and Aaron used was it Jam Up, like the Keith Merrow, Jeff Loomis stuff. Everything was fake, down to everything. Maybe the bass was the only thing that was real sounding, I should say. But that was a fun record to do, man. Got to do a lot of cool stuff and just make it sound ominous and epic. And but it was all added in. It was never really written in. I never really wrote keyboards for them. So I was easily just, I don't want to say plucked out, but if I were to leave or they found a better keyboard player, no hard feelings on either end. In fact, if they ever came up to me, if I still stayed in the band and said, hey man, we got this guy, he can wail on keyboards, cool, go for it. So it was always like, I can be in the band, well, not casually, but it's no big deal if I had to step down, and that's what happened. So I think that's it, guys. I texted Chad and Aaron today saying, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot to mention this in my part 3 series. So anyways, hats off to Futilitarian right there. That was, I'm pretty sure that's the only band that I forgot to mention. There were some other situations that my stepdad mentioned I could talk about to make things a little more spicy, but I'm sure you'll see this, Mark, but I really don't want to discuss the whole alibi situation. I know what happened behind the scenes, and it's really bad. And we've already made up with those guys and cleared our names, so I don't want to get into that. And there was something else too that Mark mentioned. Mark, I forgot. I have to look at your either comments, and I don't have the text messages on my phone anymore. So anyway, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to do a 7-minute, 8-minute video about Futilitarian, about my short time in the band, and how I completely, for some reason, left it out of my 3-part story. But this could be part 4. I might title it something else. I have no idea. But Chad, Aaron, Walley, and Antonio, thank you for letting me jam in that band when I did. It was a lot of fun. We made a lot of cool music. Their record's coming out soon, so I will put their YouTube thingage at the end of this. Go subscribe to them. Check out the album Magnitude Zero. And yeah, the unexpected video, but it had to be done. I felt out of respect for those guys when I remembered, oh shit, I didn't mention these guys at all. I have no idea why, but and Mitch sang for the cover show as well. Another person that I enjoy playing with. He's awesome. I think that's everything. If you guys remember something that I don't, please drop it in the comments, and we're just going to leave it at that. So I'll see you in the next video.